We're live. Welcome to Uncoachable, a podcast for parents and coaches by parents and coaches. I'm Coach Patrick. Over there's Coach Lance. Coach, how you doing today?
I don't know. I'm gonna wait to see how you are. I think I'm doing okay.
It just got a little heated for no reason.
You did, but we'll roll with it. I'm good for right now. I'm glad you're chuckling, so we're good. I'm good.
Coach Logan, how you doing?
Good.
Sweet.
Fantastic.
You, for some reason, just with the way your hat is right now, you look like you're co-hosting the Dan Le Batard show.
I wish I was.
Hey, Mike Ryan. Aren't you? So, I'm not going to call this a special treat. I'm just going to say we have a guest here today. It was his birthday yesterday. He just turned 12.
Don't ask him about the special treats either.
We're just going to leave that alone. And this is you've heard us talk about him a lot. So now you get to hear the voice of Scrappy Doo. Kellan, how you doing today, buddy?
I'm doing good. Yourself?
I'm doing great. Thank you for asking.
Good.
Nobody else seems to care.
Oh, I cared. I was waiting.
You got one elbow on the table.
I do.
Just like
ready to hit the dump button. I'm ready for it.
All right. Kellan, I got a question for you, buddy. And this is why we had you on here, so we could talk about stuff. We can get a different perspective.
So parents, coaches, this is a good one. Be prepared because there's going to be some things that come out that we may not be expecting, in all honesty. And I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be great.
It was something we just talked about before we hit the play button here. We talked about a game that we won, and then the next game we weren't prepared to win. And we went and got our butts kicked against a very good team because everybody went out and celebrated and ate like crap, which is another topic for another day. But we said that, and then Kellan said, I didn't eat like crap. Kellan, why, and it's not just you. It's not just you.
But we can ask you this question and talk to you, so.
You asked for this,
yep.
Okay?
Yeah.
You've been asking for weeks if you could jump on the podcast. So here you go. This is your initiation. Why, with you guys, anytime we say general statement.
Let's not just, you know what? They're all special, okay? Just like everybody else.
You're all individuals, just like everybody else. Why, when we make a general statement about the team did this or you guys do this, everybody takes it personally and then makes a statement like, oh, I didn't do that. Do you have any idea how irritating that is? Did I say you did it? No. I said we need to be better at this. Why do that? Shut up. I didn't ask for a personal anecdote from everybody.
What's your thought process?
Whoa. Do you know what anecdotal means?
Nope, not one bit.
If I knew the difference between anecdote and anecdote, my friend Jimmy Stewart'd still be alive. He got bit by a snake, and I'm reading him funny stories out of Reader's Digest.
Does that help you at all?
No.
I didn't think so. I
don't know where to go from here.
I know. I thought that was perfect.
I don't know how else to explain it.
I don't either. Okay.
Like, there's a couple kids, specifically the taller ones on the team. It's not just tall kids. It's just they just happen to be the tallest on our team. That's all I'm saying.
But our team's really short, so they're probably about normal size.
Speaking of, are you standing or are you sitting? I can't tell.
It looks basically the same.
Anyway.
You asked for this. Just remember, you asked for it.
Can you stop? Because every time I go to say something, I hear another.
I feel like the piano player from David Letterman.
like the hype man in his ass. Anyway, the taller kids on our team, anytime we say something, it's like they're the first ones to chime in. Like, oh, this is. I
It's
did
like we're
this.
personally attacking them.
Yeah. Did I say you, or did I ask for a personal story?
Like, am I specifically pointing you out, or am I just putting you together with the team that you are on? Okay, like that's the aggravating part of it. Is there is this supposed to be this team mentality?
You say something general about the team, and everybody makes it an individual thing. And
Right.
That's exactly the point.
Yep. Just like you just did, right? To where I said, you guys did not eat well, and we're not ready for the game. And you straight up looked at me and said, I ate well. What are you talking about? I didn't say you. I said you guys. Okay? Guess what? 1 weak link. One person that doesn't do their job, what happens on that play when the ball's hit to them?
If 5 of your
Don't
teammates,
make the play.
They don't make the play.
if 5 of your teammates go and eat like garbage, you guys ate like garbage. Does that make sense?
Yep.
And it's not just that instance. It's every time we have
We have
a meeting
a
at the
group
end
meeting.
of practice.
Right.
Say you guys, and
Hey,
it's
Yep.
it's 15
anything
minutes
that's-
trying to get everybody to shut their damn mouth.
Anything that's constructive criticism.
Yeah.
And then if it's positive, no one says a word.
No, of course not.
But if it's
If it
constructive,
was positive, like, yeah, that was me.
No, well, yeah, that too.
sometimes that does happen. But
Or if they don't say it, they're thinking it. They're like, yeah, go talk about me.
the negativity, when there is anything that's constructively criticized, it's automatically a personal attack from us to them. Why is that? What's the thought process that goes through your head? That's what we're asking, right?
Because you know that I didn't say, why did you cost the team the game by eating like garbage? I didn't say that, did I? I said, you guys ate like... He said it.
I said it, yeah. You guys ate like garbage. I didn't eat like garbage. I just said you guys ate like garbage and weren't ready.
I said, this is just the example that we have right now, which
Right, because
prompted
it
this
just
whole
happened.
discussion.
Right. So do you understand what we're asking you?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you elaborate? Tell us what thought process went through your head when you said, I ate fine.
Just trying to absolve yourself of
Guilt.
any responsibility?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Will you not answer? Will you not put words in his mouth? Don't answer it for him. Let him answer it. I'm serious. Let him answer it. I'm very much intrigued as to what goes through his head. I'm waiting. So lean forward into the mic and talk.
Since we lost so bad, we didn't care about how the team played. Then it was just about us, and
Nope, that's not my question. Our question is why.
so then we took away.
No, why did you, when I said that statement, you're not getting there. I'm not talking about the game at all.
Talking about every
You
time
didn't let me finish.
we're not having the same discussion that you are.
Right.
So we want to drill down to the bedrock of what we're talking about.
It's not just about that game specifically. I'm asking you the thought process of when there is a generalized statement towards the team,
When the team's all together,
why is it, or even this separate instance like this, why is it that you feel the need to separate yourself out if you did something that was opposite of what we were saying you as the team did? Does that make sense?
Because we only cared about ourselves, and we wanted people to compliment us on.
Is that why you just said what you said?
No, but that's probably why most.
Okay, why
kids
did
do
you
that.
say what you just said before we hit record?
don't tell me
I don't know.
don't tell me what I want to hear. Tell me the actual truth.
Yeah.
That's what we're here for. We're not attacking you. Trust me. Okay, so don't think
No,
that we're
we
attacking.
want your insight because this will help us as coaches. All three of us as coaches, everyone listening as coaches, and parents as well. In all honesty, that's why we're asking. Gosh, like if I looked at you and said, "Gosh, you kids were buttholes today. I wasn't a butthole. Okay, you as a whole were buttholes. So
One big hole.
one big hole.
Plural or
Nope.
not?
Just one big one.
Singular.
I can answer the question, I think.
Yeah, I think I know. I know what it is. I said it already.
Yeah. And you agreed to it, but I want to hear it from you. I want to know what clicks up here that says I need to say this. I need to separate myself out from saying
Don't lump me in with them because I didn't do that.
right.
Well, in your defense, Kellan, it's not like you really sat and thought that response out. It was the first response that blurted out. That being said, there's a reason why that was the first thing that blurted out of your mouth. And he might not be aware of what that reason is subconsciously. Something told him to say that.
CYA.
Yes.
CYA.
Bingo, 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 dingo.
Cover your butt.
Bum.
Right? You gotta cover your own butt. Okay. Oh, I did my job. I feel that every ball that was hit to me. Okay.
No, I didn't.
See,
And again.
this is the whole crux of the conversation.
Right.
We can't get anywhere because anytime we say something, it's rebutted for nothing.
Right.
That statement got us nowhere, did it? We could have just
No.
moved on, but you had to steamroll everything that we just said. Does that make
So-
sense?
Does it? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. Okay. This is people can't hear your head nodding. Let's get really close to the mic.
Rink.
Ding, 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 ding.
I don't want to get stuck in the mud on this
No.
on this topic, but
No,
it's just
it's-
something that just it's irritated me from day one,
Yeah.
and I can't ever.
I don't know if it's the generation. I don't know if we did it as kids. I'm sure we did.
I'm sure.
I think it's sort of a natural reaction to have to
I
something.
mean, you're defending yourself.
CYA.
Absolutely, you're defending yourself, and we understand in a way why it's that way. But when it's one thing if I point out and say, "Kellan, you didn't field any baseballs correctly today." Yeah, I did. That's an automatic response. It shouldn't be. You guys as a team didn't field very well today. I did fine.
I feel it great.
I just said you guys as a team.
You know, and
And
Chris
you're pulling yourself away from the team when you do that.
Chris talked about this when he had a kid last year. They went out on the old team. They went out. They lost all 3 games of the weekend. And they lost their first 2 in pool play, and then lost their first game in bracket play.
Just like what we normally do.
Got their butts kicked. And
Jeez. Bus driver over here. man.
and he goes, "We're driving home from out of town." The kid was happy as hell because he went 6 for 8. Why?
Just about you.
Why are you happy? Why are you in a good mood?
Right.
And that's the point.
Right. And it's not that you on the way home. I always like how Chris says it. You have 30 minutes. You know, think about it for 30 minutes. After that, get rid of it.
I like to go get pizza.
I
I
do
feel
too.
better.
Much better. Especially when you eat a whole one in about 5 minutes.
Yeah.
It went down.
Fatty.
Okay. You guys,
you
both ate as much pizza as we did, and we were super pissed about it.
Yes.
I ate 1 2/3 of a pizza.
Oh no. Negative Ghost Rider. You say there was 2/3. You say there was a third.
There was the crust.
There was a crust and a little bit of sauce.
Oh, the cheese fell off. I don't know what happened. I was separating from the other piece, and cheese slid off. I don't know how.
That counts as a
Here,
piece, though.
here's
Kellan
a skin
goes, "Oh."
flap. That's for you. That piece that looks like my butt. If it caught fire and someone put out with an old T-shirt, is yours.
we were both kind of looking at each other. He goes, "Yeah, there's about. I only had
Well,
I
no,
only had a couple bites of the
First
pizza."
of all, we had the whole pizza box in front. We each had a piece. We gave the boys. There were 2 boys in the back. Cal was one of them. We each gave them a piece. It's pizza from the Mellow Mushroom in Iowa City. So you guys are aware.
6.8.
Yeah. it's good. One bite. Everybody knows the rules. And then we're like, oh, well, we each had another piece. Let's be polite. Do you guys want another one? Yeah. And we both looked at each other, and just the air was taken out of the car. Oh,
man.
come on.
Clearly, you don't understand why we stopped and had this pizza.
This is not for you guys. This is for us. We're just being nice. You're not supposed to accept. Be polite.
We got so excited when Kellan said, "Yeah, there's about 3/4 of a piece. I've only had a couple bites."
Oh, that's like an unwritten rule. If somebody offers, well, I usually apply it closer towards the end of the pizza. Like if somebody offers you one of their last couple slices of pizza, it's common courtesy.
There was still 4 left when we offered them.
There was 8 total pieces.
Yeah, and there
So-
was so 2 each per person that was in the car. It's fine.
Equal.
Okay,
But
Right?
they're 12.
But they're
We're
12.
32. We get more pizza.
Right?
That may be what you think in your
No,
head, but
no.
not in ours.
But you're
No.
going to sit here and call me a fatty.
It's an
the
unwritten
tables have
rule. You do
turned.
not take somebody's last couple slices of pizzas. Period.
Oh, no,
I don't
especially
care
when-
if they like try to force them on you. You don't take
Right.
them.
Especially when you're all eating from the same pie and the pizzas start getting lower and lower and you got to look at everybody, do the pizza math. Okay, he already had 2 slices right there. He should be out at this point right now. Oh, what is she doing? Finish the crust. That doesn't count. So,
You have too many pizza jokes.
yeah,
Slightly
they're all
concerned.
Kevin James. Recycled
okay,
Kevin
okay.
James.
Oh,
Don't worry about it.
that makes sense.
But
What you looking at that for, huh?
I can't think about pizza like normal people do.
oh, see, I've been craving pizza because I've been watching the Barstool Sports One Bite pizza reviews.
Yeah, you and me both.
They're awesome.
They are. I stopped at Sbarro specifically for that reason.
One Bite, but
And I got a cheese pizza. I never, ever, ever in my life order a cheese pizza.
cheese is the golden pizza, gold medal slice as he calls it.
Mm-hmm. I got a cheese pizza.
I would never eat.
Sbarro is actually pretty good.
Oh, it was good. I didn't give it quite a 6. 5.8 was what I gave it.
0.8.
It's
So are we grading this out of 10?
Why is
Yeah.
yours
Oh wow, you guys
always
are
in
harsh.
point 8?
well, because it wasn't quite a 6.
Melon
But-
mushroom. Melon
but
mushroom I gave a
5.9.
7.2. Good quality slice.
I gave mine a 6.8.
So
You.
where are we at with like a Giordano's? You guys deep dish
I
guys?
haven't done the test.
One Bite, everyone knows the rules. Gotta go up there.
Okay, we're gonna have to go to Giordano's like tomorrow.
I went to like some place up there in McHenry, or on the way back from McHenry, and it was like,
No, I don't think you guys understand. We're driving to Chicago tomorrow.
You better not
Maybe-
win then.
maybe you are. go get a pizza and bring it back.
Actually, you know what? There's a place here that sells it. Do you know that?
Yeah, they're
That
frozen.
has Chicago style pizza. Alfano's in Rock Island.
Oh yeah. There's another one I heard about too. Yeah.
Isn't that Tony's?
I think
pizza's
Tony's.
not very
They say
good, though.
Chicago pizza. They say Chicago style pizzeria. I don't know. I haven't
Yeah, I
haven't
saw
had it.
someplace that does.
Alfano's on 11th Street.
Alfano's is fire, dude. I've never had the deep dish though.
Don't order a supreme pizza because you have to order by topping. They don't have a supreme or a whatever people call it, the garden or whatever.
$940.
Damn near. They wanted my first son. I said okay.
Yeah. Congratulations, you're an Alfano now. When you're older, you'll.
Italiano.
They got a stack of dishes waiting for you with your name on
Yeah,
them.
just wait for it. Anyway, we are in the mud.
Yes.
Officially.
No, we're good. That was a nice little detour to get us off of that topic.
Yes. Thanks for the insight, Kellan. Not.
So, Kellan, think back. When we started coaching you in travel baseball, you were 9 years old, right?
Yeah.
So 2 years before that, you were in Little League playing coach pitch.
A year before that, you were in Little League playing kid pitch.
Coach Logan, when you started coaching, you started coaching 7U, right?
Oh, travel ball.
Travel.
Yeah.
You started coaching
Yeah.
travel balls 7U.
Yep.
Is there anything a child could have done
At 7U?
at 7U
So we're looking at 7U right now. Okay.
specifically?
Got it.
7U. We'll get to the
I-
older ages in a second.
No, you're
But is there anything that a child could have done on the game or practice field that would have constituted you giving him a 2-week suspension?
Yikes.
Sorry, go ahead, Logan. Go ahead.
When you say 2 week suspension, we're talking like can't even be around his team, or can be in the dugout.
I'm not 100% sure on
Well, 2 weeks is
specifications.
just absolutely ridiculous. I mean, at a 7-year-old, I can understand maybe.
That's good. We caught on the mic.
It's a duck in here. I was
Yeah,
hoping.
right.
Yeah, I mean, nobody could just let that go.
No, not one bit.
That duck is dying. It's on his last quack.
It's already dead. Let's be honest here.
So
And the horse that
2
rode
weeks
in on
for a
him.
7-year-old is insane, especially when you're talking about the fact that our seasons are 3 months. If you're like, okay, well, you're something people don't understand about 7U baseball. There's no 7U only tournaments, so you're gonna play in 8U tournaments. You're probably not gonna be too excited. There might be one 7U tournament all year, maybe two if you're really lucky. So you're gonna be playing in 8U tournaments. You're probably not gonna get in a whole bunch of those because you're probably gonna get your butt destroyed in them. So they don't play as much as the older age groups do. So 2 weeks out of a 3-month season, when out of each one of those months you're looking at maybe 2 tournaments per month, 2 weeks is a huge deal. That's a huge part of your season. That's literally 1/6 of your season.
Yeah. So that in and of itself is freaking absurd.
That's insane. And like I said, if I was gonna even set, you would take a lot for me.
Playing season. A sixth of your
Yeah,
playing
yes,
season. I'm
yes,
sorry.
yes.
Baseball
Thank
to
you.
me starts after the 1st of January.
when
Yes.
yeah,
But yes, yeah, that's what I meant. You're
So,
correct.
but
thank you for correcting that.
but nonetheless, if you're suspending this kid during season, okay, during game time, you have an issue, and it's not the kid.
yeah. Well,
What I
here's-
was gonna say is there is absolutely zero reason why a 7-year-old should ever be suspended from the ball team unless he is showing extreme disrespect towards the parents or other players.
Right.
As a coach, I can handle it. You do not disrespect your parents because they're the ones that get you here, and you do not disrespect your players. If you are disrespecting your players, A, we first have a conversation. B, after that, we will then decide something else. But
Well-
2 weeks is still
That's
excessive.
insane.
I think you do a
Yeah.
game suspension. After the second violation, after the third violation, you know what? I'm not going to suspend you because I'm not going to handle this anymore. You're off the team.
Exactly, and that's what I'm saying. Like, if you've gotten to a point where you're going to suspend him for 2 weeks, kick him off the team.
What's the purpose of it?
Exactly. Well, and like I said, I don't know the whole parameters, but I just heard from somebody that a 7-year-old was suspended for 2 weeks, and I mean, it took me the 3-hour drive back. Because I drove up 3 hours away. I drove 3 hours back. It took me until I got back to be in a spot where I was not red-faced. How mad I was about it.
That could honestly ruin a
Baseball.
kid's viewpoint on baseball.
Good point. Good point.
There's not even...
Thank you, Kellan.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right.
And that's the biggest issue I have with it. Is that why would you ruin a sport for a kid like that? I mean, you think their basketball coach is going to do that to him? You think their football or flag football coach is going to do that to him?
Any coach in their right mind. Again, like to me,
There's no thing that even one of
no thing.
no thing, right. Any of our 12-year-olds could do. I caught it too. There's nothing any of our 12-year-olds could do that would warrant a 2-week suspension. Once I've gotten to that point, sayonara. There's the door.
If I had to suspend you past one game,
Yeah.
you've already struck out.
I have
in my
not,
opinion.
I mean, if
3 strikes.
If you're getting to 2 weeks by the time you've not exhausted other avenues, I'm sorry if you got to believe this, you're a piece of shit, and you should not be coaching youth baseball.
Don't. No, we're good.
There is no reason for you to be out here coaching youth baseball if that is how you handle a 7-year-old. For God's sake,
Coach 12U, coach high school, fine. You do not touch anything under 12.
right?
Yeah,
You can't. You obviously can't handle it.
If that were me that would have gotten suspended, I might have actually stopped playing baseball, no matter how good I was at it or how much I love the sport.
Yeah, you might just be like, you know what? These
Yeah,
coaches-
it would have definitely soured the water for you without a doubt.
How do you?
Because that's maybe 2 tournaments that I'm not playing in.
Right.
That is 2 tournaments, and if you don't get a practice, you don't get a practice.
And like I
I mean,
explained, at
You don't
7U,
get better either. There's
2
no
tournaments that
point
you might only be playing in
going.
5-6 tournaments all year. So if you miss 2 of them in 7U, let's just say you play in 6 tournaments all year and you're missing 2 of them. You got 4 tournaments.
You,
And you
and
paid that much money for.
and you're retarding his development in the first place.
And let me clarify something I've been trying to. When I say suspend, like, because we've had, I'm going through probably some issues on my team, and we've had a couple. I've had to set some kids out.
You're handling it the right way, though.
Then I'm trying to. It's very difficult situations that I'm personally going through. But anyway,
But you know what you're doing is you're getting parental consent to be harder on them for their issues.
yeah. And I kind of need to do that at my age group. If they were older, I wouldn't necessarily need the parental consent. I mean,
It's
you
getting
still
to a point
want
you
it.
do. It's getting to a point
want
you
it.
do.
You want that parental consent, but at an older age, it's just kind of accepted.
Right now, you have to get parental consent not to play a kid at shortstop. So you're going to need it.
So, but no, what I'm saying is if you're gonna,
you're not wrong. And that's why I'm just sitting
fucking
over here
ridiculous.
laughing ridiculously.
if you're gonna get suspended, you got to define suspension very clearly to me, because if you're gonna suspend a kid and tell him like, what is your
would you say?
definition? Because for me,
What you saying? Are we Addison Russell suspension, or are we?
He didn't hit his wife. The 7-year-old.
Oh, okay. My bad. My bad.
So it wasn't that bad. But
I was like, "What are you talking?" Oh,
no.
why are you guys laughing at domestic violence?
Sorry. 'Cause you
how
related
can you
it to
make a joke about it?
You related it to a 7-year-old.
How is that not funny if it's related to a 7-year-old
Thank you,
having
Kellan.
a wife?
Thank you. Yeah.
The captain has come aboard.
I'm just worried about the contact rate. Anyway, go ahead.
No, I mean, for suspensions, to me, it's very important that, like, if I was going to define a suspension, I would define it as the kid needs to be there. He needs to be.
From what I understand, not allowed.
Yeah, no, he needs to be, because if you're going to send him home, that's not punishing him. Now he gets to go home. For all you know, he could be playing Fortnite.
For all you know, he could be practicing with another team.
Bingo. Either way, you're not really like making him.
Because if I'm a dad that has a kid get
Gone.
suspended, A, I'm asking why. B, if I disagree, I'm flipping my lid to the organization's director.
Mm-hmm.
C, I'm not coming back. And D, I will definitely be
I'm
taking him every day. And if he would come back, or when he does see this team again, he will be downright 10 times better than what he left 2 weeks ago.
I'm getting my money back for the 2 weeks that I'm not allowed.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care if you give refunds or not. We can go to the courts if you need to, but I'm getting my money back, and I'm leaving.
If I'm missing those tournaments, I want my cut.
For a 7-year-old being suspended for 2 weeks,
Well,
is
especially if he can't be there.
I mean,
Ridiculous.
I
He
was
needs to at least-
screaming.
You're not teaching
in the
him
car on the way
anything
home.
by having him not there. By having him not there,
You're not
he's
teaching him anything.
No, but I'm saying, like, if it was like, obviously we agree that 2 weeks is out of hand, but maybe it's in a 7-year-old. I can't really think of a situation where this applies to a 7-year-old. But
Like I gave you it. Disrespect. Grades would be the only
Yeah.
other one. But that's handled by parents, and you have
That's-
to run that by the parents to say,
Right.
hey, if this is what you
Well,
want, this is what I'll do. And I did that at 9U.
Here's the thing: how the
where I-
hell do I know what the kid's grades are unless his parents tells me?
Right.
And if the parents are more well within the right, and we will go out of our way, if you need us to make a point about how important grades are, and you ask me to do this for you, I'm on board.
Consider it done.
100%.
Consider it done.
Anything that you need,
Yep.
consider me a partner.
Yep.
Okay.
Anything that helps you help this player be a better person,
Yeah.
grow into
We're not-
a
we're
better
not-
person.
we're not
We're
raising-
not just baseball coaches.
Right. We're not raising baseball players.
Right.
We're raising men.
Right.
In
Well,
our-
and
in our
that's what I
case.
meant, was by my point of say it's a game, because we all agree 2 weeks is way too much, but let's just say it's a game.
One game.
He needs to be there. You don't send him home. You don't have him not show up to that, because that's not teaching him anything. That's teaching him that when he acts bad, he gets a vacation.
First thing, it starts with 2 innings.
Right.
And the most you get to is 2 games. And bye.
You get to a day. A day. That's what you're talking about, right?
Yeah.
Start
day.
off 2 innings. Next time it's a game. Third time you're gone.
If I were the coach, I'll let the kid practice
Yes.
because that's my job to
Yes.
let the kid get better.
Get better.
I'm even
Help
willing.
the kid get better. But I would sit him out for maybe a tournament.
Or maybe
There's
a
a reason
game
we
or
have
two.
mics. I keep getting it close to you so you don't have to lean forward and then sit back and then lean forward and then sit back and then lean forward. It should just be natural.
Talking to the microphone
Talk
like a
into
radio.
the microphone. Okay.
But I mean, I'm willing
Point
to.
taken.
I'm willing to even say, all right, I suspended you for a game. You didn't get the hint. You got another game. Happens again. Don't let it happen again.
Well, and I like
Yeah.
it.
Don't let it happen again. Otherwise, you won't be welcome back.
And the other
Or
thing
there will
is-
be a legitimate conversation.
and
You
I
know,
mean, we had a
you-
situation.
so you know when you heard about it,
I know the kid, and I know that he's not.
but you know the parents were not addressed about anything.
Right.
And that in itself is the issue.
Yeah.
Is the bigger issue than anything else. If you are going to suspend my player, my son, my daughter, whoever, if you're going to suspend my player, I better know why you're doing it, and I better agree to it. Because if you are suspending for 2 weeks, I have to be on board.
And if I don't agree with it, it's time for me to go anyway.
Yeah. If you can't handle my
You know?
kid, if my kid's that bad for you, then
Yeah. I mean, if you get to a point where you need to suspend somebody for 2 weeks, I mean, what did you shoot somebody? I mean, my God, he's 7. Why is he suspended at all?
Yeah.
Why don't you let's exhaust
Well,
other
let's-
avenues?
Let's go further down the road. Okay? 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I'm going all the way to high school here. Why are you suspending somebody for 2 weeks?
Have I ever? I don't know if I would ever get to a point where I suspend anybody for 2 weeks without that being just enough for me to say, "Don't come back."
Yeah.
I would also
You're
make
suspended
the kid
indefinitely.
stand up by the fence and cheer on his team.
That's what I was gonna say.
He's in the dugout. He's in the dugout with.
Right,
I
with
would
the
say dress
team.
clothes.
Unless it's with one of the teammates or the whole team, he is in the dugout.
And this is the conversation we had. I'm saying I still want you in your uniform.
Right.
You are not on. You will not play. So don't be prepared for it. But your uniform better be tucked in. Your hat better be on, and you better have your cleats on, and you better be cheering your teammates
Right.
on
You better
the
be
fence.
the best
Yeah.
teammate that you've
Here's-
ever been all year.
Here's the deal.
Or dress clothes. I want you in a shirt and tie, please.
Yes.
Right. Don't just show up in what you were wearing
Not-
to school.
right.
I
Not
want you to actually have to go through the motions of changing your clothes and showing up.
And call it strict, call it whatever. But I'm talking about older ages here.
We're
at this
trying to
point.
teach them a lesson too, though. It's
Yeah.
not just about
You know, I want
rubbing
them.
their nose in it. It's trying to make them learn from it.
Yep.
I also want them to think about why I don't like the uniform thing. Is I want them to at least, not that people would, but I want them to at least think about other people wondering why they're not in uniform.
But in the dugout.
That's corrective. That
Okay.
is.
You didn't explain that when we were first talking.
Right.
I can understand that.
That's a valid point. No, most definitely. Sorry,
You know.
taking you.
Talk.
when we were in school, and we would there were kids that got suspended for grades, or they're academically ineligible. They would have to show up at whatever sporting event. They'd practice all week.
You're talking high school?
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
high school or even junior high.
Junior high too, yep.
Yeah, show up at the high school. They would practice, but they'd show up to games. Not able to, or I think they had to sit through practice too. Maybe not
With
participate
suspensions?
with a week. If it was just academic
And they had to
ineligibility
be in dress clothes. I remember.
and dress clothes.
Oh yeah, you're in dress clothes. If you're not playing, you're in dress clothes. You're either sitting right behind the bench or at the end of the bench. I don't know academically wise. I was suspended for 5 games in 8th grade. and I was able to practice. I couldn't play games. I was able to practice, but had to sit. Just had to sit and had to be in dress clothes. Had to be on the bench, cheer the teammates on, and as a coach, if you're sitting on the bench, you better be the first person, the first person that each one of your teammates that's coming off the field is given a high five.
Yeah.
I was just about to get that. I would say if the kid doesn't stand up and give everybody that was out on the field a high five, maybe sit him for another game. 'Cause, I mean,
Earn it back.
You need to be a good teammate to get back to playing with the team.
And that's another point with them not wearing the uniform is they have to earn that back too. You've not earned the right to wear my uniform.
Right.
Once you do that,
if you're going to disrespect the uniform, then you know what? I'm going to take it from you.
and once you've earned that uniform back, then we can start talking about playing time.
That was not a chair squeak, people.
Yes, it was.
People.
Yes, it was.
Lil Fog.
Shut your mouth. It was not.
What? I clearly heard that.
I mean, if you're gonna fart like a man.
That's going to stink like a man. I can promise you that.
Little air horn in the room.
How does a man stink?
Okay, Buzz.
A man fart. All right.
Like, come in peace. So this all,
Can't keep it together.
huh?
Kellan's doing anything he can to keep it together.
This all comes down to what we wanted to
you
talk
heard
about
that.
last week and what we're going to talk about now for the next 20 minutes or so
Oh, that'll be good. Good time.
is pressure. Why? I mean, we have this problem on our team,
I think
and I think everybody does.
there's a way to handle it. Maybe there's a way to coach it. It's very hard to coach.
Pressure and attitudes go hand in hand.
Attitude. I think I don't necessarily agree. You can have a bad attitude but not have the pressure at the same time. I think if you have pressure, it can create a bad attitude.
Okay, instead of using the term bad attitude, let's use the term reaction to failure.
I like it even better. That was a fist bump.
So we have a problem where
Thanks, Kellan, for the sound effects.
That was a struggle.
It's real.
I could sit here for the next 20 minutes and watch him try to struggle to fist bump himself.
To make it loud enough for the mics to pick up.
He looks like the kid you tried to tell them, hey, try to bite your own ear.
Hey, I bet you can't lick your elbow.
So, you know,
Pressure.
we
Pressure.
we have problems where kids, and you know, I don't know if it starts at home. I don't know if it starts in the dugout. I mean, we're all, and we talk about this. We're coaches. We're still, you know, the boys are learning how to play, and we're still learning how to coach. Like nobody has all the answers. I don't feel like, but I do know that if kids playing with tension, anxiety, and pressure, they're not going to perform.
They're not going to perform to their ability.
And I'll footnote that. That's a quote from Steve Springer from Quality at Bats.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent Facebook page. I've not been to the website, but excellent Facebook page. So go and shout out to Steve Springer. But
Was that the one that you posted? You posted something along those lines the other day that, like, something about a coach that claims to know everything should. You learn great coaches learn something new every day, or I don't. It was along those lines, but anyway. So I've been seeing some of your quotes that you've been posting. I've been liking them.
I don't know which one you're talking about. I'm sorry, bro.
I post a lot.
You post a lot, so yeah.
How do I know your posts better than you do?
Because you post too much.
I post much.
My favorite quote about failure and and pressure, in all honesty, is and we've said it numerous times.
Just go indoor.
Yeah, embrace the failure. Like I'm to the point where I want to tattoo it across my forehead so everyone can see it when I'm talking about it. But embrace the
You
failure.
get better when you fail.
That's what you learn. You learn what you can do. You learn what you can't do. That's why in practice I tell you dive after every ball that you can. That way you know your reach.
And how
And-
you practice is how you play. And if you're diving in practice, you're going to be diving in games. And if you're diving in practice and getting better at, like, getting balls on the dive,
Learning how to dive is what you're
Yeah.
doing when you're diving in practice. You're learning how to dive for a ball.
That
then
hurt.
it'll be easier if you're playing
Not do it that way.
loose
Yeah.
in a game.
Yeah. And then once you do it some more, you're great. You're gonna be like, you know what, this is natural now. It's great. That's what it should be. And then the second one is don't let the pressure exceed the pleasure.
Yeah.
You know, have fun. It's baseball. Go out there, have some fun. If you are putting so much pressure on yourself to feel the ball and to make a good throw, you're not going to feel the ball cleanly, and you're going to make a you throw because you're so tense about it. If you're like, I have to get a hit here, I have to get a hit here. No, you don't have to get a hit here. What you go up for in a bat is, I want to make solid contact.
Hit the ball hard, you win.
I felt that I had to put pressure on myself for the past 3 years because I was one of the leaders on the team. And whenever I would get up to bat, I would put pressure on myself because I was normally the number 2 hitter. And if I got a hit, the team was hitting good. And that's how I feel this year, but I don't need to put pressure on myself this year because we have kids that can hit that are behind me. Several
good
kids
hitters.
that can hit me. That
So-
can hit behind me.
So, but you are still putting pressure on your jerk. You're still putting pressure on yourself this year. I see it in the box. Okay.
Because I'm used to doing that for the past 3 years
So then-
because I was playing down a level. And so I felt that I had to be better than the rest for the team to get up to my level. And I would put pressure on myself because the
You ever
team looked up to me.
You ever seen that scene in A Few Good Men where he's like, "Where's my bat?
Yes.
Think better with my bat."
Yes. Yes.
I was tripping out, so I put it in the closet. Don't
put-
ever
you-
put the bat in the closet.
You put his bat in the closet. Love that scene.
That's how I feel.
With the pen. Yeah.
Anyway,
Need to carry around little mini bats.
yeah.
Thank you.
Did I take over too much?
No,
No, that's
no,
what-
no.
that's
That
why
was
you're
that
here.
was why you're here, and that was perfect.
We need a third co-host because Logan's not paying attention.
I'm listening. I'm just taking it all in.
Just playing with the glove over there.
Better than
Anyway,
so. Now here's a question that I have. When is it pressure versus expectation for yourself, or does that
That is
expectation,
a fine line.
or does that expectation for yourself equal pressure?
that's you can't have one without the other.
Yeah, you're right.
You know,
And I think
in a
you
very
need
real
to have.
sense.
That's a good question. You need expectations.
Well, if you don't have any expectations, how can you put pressure on yourself?
You
The
gotta
reason
have
the
expectations.
reason you
though.
put pressure on yourself is
It's because you want to
Because
meet
you're
your
not meeting
expectations.
Right, but I mean, like, and I, like, it'd be nice to say that we don't want to put any pressure on ourselves at all. But do you also want a kid coming up to bat with that I mean, I guess really, ideally, you don't want any expectations when you're at bat.
Okay,
you don't want to expect to get a
that's
hit.
hold on.
yes,
That's not necessarily it.
yes, you do.
Okay, so
Do you expect to get a hit?
The
no, you
expectations
cannot
are
expect
hit,
to get a hit.
That's
hit
what I
ball,
mean.
hit
When you
ball
go up
hard,
to
you
bat,
win.
Hit
you-
ball hard.
Do you expect to hit the ball hard?
Yes,
Or do you
Yes.
walk into
I
the
hope
box?
so.
I would sure as hell hope so, because that's what you're being taught.
Here's the thing. Here's the quote that sums this up. Players do not rise to the occasion. They fall to the level of their training. In the box, you're not rising to the occasion. You're falling to the level of your training. If you don't go up in the box expecting to hit the ball hard, you won't.
True. So that's okay. So there you
Okay,
go.
not just going to the box. It's pitch by pitch too.
Whether
Like,
you
it's
think
like
you can or you think you can't, you're right.
It's your mentality. When you're stepping in the box and you're saying, "Okay, I just need to make contact here." Guess what? You're not ready for a fastball down the middle that you can drive and hit it hard. You're just wanting to make contact.
Making contact doesn't get me a whole hell of a lot.
Making contact's not always a bad thing,
No.
but
Well, okay, situationally, making contact, you shorten up with 2 strikes, put a ball in play, get a runner over, get a runner home. That's different.
right.
A perfect example is Anthony Rizzo because when he gets 2 strikes on him, he chokes up an inch on the bat so he can control the bat more.
Yep.
It works for
Because
him.
why? Now, what does it do? It takes away some of his power opportunities.
Takes away his power opportunities, but gives him more contact because he can
A higher
control the
contact
bat
rate.
more.
A higher contact rate. Yep.
Yep.
And that's why he's such a good 2-strike hitter.
And I don't know if you know this, they talked about that with Ichiro Suzuki, where they said Ichiro could hit 40 bombs a season, but he would hit 240. He would rather sacrifice some of that power and hit
300.
312
Yeah.
than with
With
15,
20
bombs.
15, 20 bombs.
instead of hitting 50 bombs, 40 bombs, but hitting 230. That makes sense?
Yeah.
So I'm not saying that you have to sacrifice one or the other. I mean,
Right.
look at Joey Gallo.
Mike Trout.
Kind of got to know who you are. At some point you learn what
Joe-
you're good at.
Joey Gallo has struck out more times than he's hit a single.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think anybody in Texas gives a flying dog whiz about anything?
No.
No, because he just hits
I think,
factoids.
I think you really hit the nail on the head. Nobody gives a flying dog wills about anything. Literally anything. At all.
I appreciate that.
I was going to say something else, and I
appreciate
diverted.
it. My finger was on it.
But he's hit the ball 4 miles.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
that he gets paid to hit 40 bombs a season.
And why are you seeing
Strike out
why
155
Why are you seeing
times
the
this
strikeout
month.
rates so much higher in Major League Baseball?
Because more people are going for power to
No,
get.
it's because chicks dig the long ball, bro. No, because people want to see home runs. Entertainment. Entertain me.
Also,
I'd rather have a good
There's
pitching duel
statistical
than
stuff behind it.
there's
just home run after home run after home run.
there's a notion in baseball currently that I'm struggling with. I'm not sure
Balls are juiced?
I'm not sure I disagree. I'm not sure that I agree with it, but the current attitude in Major League Baseball is strikeout is just another out. You get 27 outs, do with them what you will. It's not necessarily the case, I don't feel, but that's how launch angle became in vogue, because there's
It's
more
not
space,
just, but launch angle
more
is,
space, less people.
launch angle is a real
Well,
thing.
they
I mean, it's
did-
not just in vogue. It is,
Well, it's because they did that.
but it's the way they're teaching it, when they're teaching, how they're teaching it.
Okay,
Well, yeah, it's all based on statistics. It's all based on the home run ball brings in more runs.
No, it doesn't.
The statistics.
Kills rallies.
Well, depends on
and it's age dependent. I mean, I feel
yeah. Obviously, this is Major League Baseball. I'm talking about.
we've talked about this 100 freaking times, but
I mean, it could be a rally starter, but it can also
Sorry.
be a rally killer.
Yeah.
It's like rally starter, it could get your team more
Should
excited.
always be excited. That's the thing. Like, that's what gets me. And like, there shouldn't be a single play that may be more excited, but there shouldn't be a single play that gets you up. Like, it's baseball. It's fun. You don't know if you're getting the ball hit to you or not.
Well,
this game sucks. It's hard.
Uh-huh.
The ball hurts when it hits you.
Deal with it.
I have no idea
Baby.
what the ball's going to do when it's hit to me. It's going to take a bad hop. I know it. I don't have any. I mean, half of the game is luck. The other half is skill. And we love it.
Mm-hmm.
This game sucks. And it teaches you
No, this
all
game doesn't suck.
about
This game is all about
failure.
how to overcome the failure.
Your reactions to failure.
And so with having you on here, right, talking about pressure, talking about failure, talking about these things, how do you overcome it, Kellan? how do you get yourself to not be affected by the previous pitch where maybe the umpire called a low ball or a low strike, or where you just flew out to center field and you expected yourself to get a hit? Again, I use those words because that's what you're saying. I expect myself to get a hit in a certain situation. In all honesty, you go up to bat to get a hit every single time. But expectation versus reality is you're not going to. So how do you overcome it?
Quickly, we need an answer. We're losing Logan.
We lost him about half an hour ago. He's looking over his go like, ooh, I got that fixed. I need to go play catch with it now. No.
I look back on how and on what I did good in that at bat and take away what I did bad from it. Like maybe, for example, I popped out to center or
That'd be a fly out, but okay.
popped out to short.
That would suck.
And
Be nice if you were able to pull that ball that much. Just kidding.
how about popping out to first base?
Try it. That would be even worse.
Well,
I mean, that means
that doesn't. It's not like that hasn't happened.
you're slow and the bat head drags. Wow.
That I got lost because you guys.
You're welcome.
Wow. Welcome to the club.
Now you know Logan feels.
He's not even sitting in his seat anymore. He's just
Popping around on the ground. Like, oh my god.
okay. So
You overcome it by looking at what you did good in the at bat, taking away what you did bad, and learning from it is what you were saying, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
'Cause
So how do
if
you not take
I-
it then out into the field or take it into the dugout? Like, in all honesty, what I see is the frustration after you hit the ball, you get out, blah blah blah, however you get out, right? What is your thought process? How do you get rid of it before you get into the dugout and taint your teammates?
I love what Chris does. Since he has a mini toilet,
Yeah.
I would normally flush it.
So you sit down on it and just flush it? No, you flush it away. Okay. How do you flush it away? How do you
and
flush it away?
then-
You just go up to there telling yourself, okay, gone, right?
Yeah.
Okay, do you learn from your bat then if you just flush it completely away?
While you're walking back to the dugout,
They heard that.
I really hope they did. When you're walking back to the dugout, you assess your at bat and say you did pop out to the shortstop. Maybe you felt it. Maybe you felt your shoulder dip, and that's why you popped out. Or maybe you uppercut it.
See, the mature part of the evening has started.
You take that away from the at bat and try to work on that your next at bat.
Okay.
Because baseball is always about learning. And you go up the next at bat looking to
Hold
hit
on.
the ball.
You say
hard.
baseball is always about learning.
Yeah.
Why?
Because
Can I answer that question for you?
yeah.
Because you need to learn to make your adjustment.
Yeah.
Okay. Baseball's all about making adjustments. Right?
Which comes with learning.
Which comes from learning.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
guys, thank you for carrying the show.
And so you take away what you did good from the at bat and take it into your next at bat and do the same thing. But what you did bad, you make an adjustment
You
with
learn
that.
from it. Yeah.
And you do what you can do to make your swing better, to make
Okay.
solid contact with the ball.
Okay, so now the field.
So you're letting the ball be your feedback. Is what you're saying?
No. You're letting how the swing feels be your feedback.
Okay.
Because if the swing feels comfortable, then most likely it's a good swing, or you have a bad habit
So
with it. And
So-
you're used to swinging like
so
that.
let me ask you then. This is something that we've recently dealt with you, right? Did your swing feel okay?
I can start to feel my shoulder dip, and I can tell that I'm uppercutting because I'm always under it.
Now that it's fixed?
Well,
Or
I kind of started to realize it in our past tournament
Mhm.
when I was under everything and I was popping out
Were you?
or not making good contact or not making contact at all on high pitches, especially.
Mm-hmm.
And I really felt it on Tuesday when we went to the cage
Mm-hmm.
to work on my swing and fix my swing. Because that's when you told me what I was doing
Mm-hmm.
and showed me what I was doing. And that
was actually Chris that did all that, by the way. It wasn't me.
it was a coach.
So
And that's when I did the one-hand drill
Mhm.
to fix my shoulder and my hands because my hands weren't getting to the ball.
Mm-hmm.
let me ask you.
So did you
this.
go back and work on it some more? Sorry, I'll let that one go.
Yeah, I did in wiffle ball.
So let me ask you a question. Were you uppercutting? I know you said you had trouble with high pitches. Is that because most of the pitches you see are high because you're so short?
I think that's a loaded question.
You asked for this, Kellan. You asked to be
Now
on
all
this.
three of us have said that.
Is this what you thought you were gonna get? You had to
I
have
thought
had
it would be worse.
I was gonna say you had to have known it wasn't gonna be perfect.
We've been all right.
That's a good spot for that chip.
Yeah.
I've been waiting like a caller on hold, just trying to get that joke in for like 10 minutes. You waited on hold for 45 minutes for that. So,
They're already done talking about that subject. Here you are. They're like, and we got to Patrick. Hey, remember that what you guys were talking about 20 minutes ago? I'll tell you a joke about it.
So then now, when you're in the field, have a ball hit to you, goes right between your legs. How do you overcome it?
You're playing
Just-
shortstop, and there's a pop fly that's hit right at you. Then you would have had to take 3 steps back. Instead, you just decided to watch it drop right behind you.
That sounds like a recent experience.
like somebody ripped the Band-Aid off.
It's still red from the.
That's the kind of stuff that I do.
Yes, it is.
Sorry.
He's learning well. Mwah.
They've tainted me, Kellan. It's their fault.
It is.
It's their fault.
We take full responsibility.
Could you repeat the question, please? 'Cause
Oh my gosh.
he-
Country of origin?
what? How do I overcome stuff in the field?
Ball hit to you, goes right between your legs. How do you get past it?
I mean, same thing as when you're at bat, you take away what you did good.
You can't come to the dugout though and flush it away. How do you flush
right,
it away?
but so you flush it away in your mind
How?
by like assessing what you did good and what you did bad.
You didn't do anything good.
The ball went between
Ball went through your legs.
moron.
Well, maybe
Hey,
you
Bill
did the
Buckner.
maybe you did the fundamentals good, but you didn't like get your glove down. You say you didn't get your glove down because it went under your glove.
Then you
I'm
didn't
just-
do the
I'm
fundamentals
just-
well.
Just trying to figure out that concept.
And you make sure that you get
Oh,
your
so-
glove down in the
so-
dirt the next ball that hits you, and you adjust the bad hop.
That's like you saying.
And do the
You're saying
good
I'm
fundamental.
just a bad test taker. Oh, so you fail on the part where we learn what you know.
Exactly,
You
Kellan.
did. You did all the fundamentals correctly,
But you-
except for put the glove in the dirt.
Yeah.
He forgot the second F.
Yeah,
That's all that I can come up with.
and the rest of them.
Just forgot the second F, and therefore I wasn't able to do the rest of them.
So chances are, if the ball goes between your legs under your glove, would you say chances are you were feeling that on your toes or on your heels?
Heels.
Probably. What
And
do you
with your
think?
glove up and maybe
And
looking
well,
at the
obviously
waiting,
that part.
and waiting on the ball.
Let the ball play you.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't play the ball, it will play you.
It will. It'll play you all day long.
Sucker!
So, what
Oh,
I
look
think
who's finally back.
yeah, there you had a boy. Had a boy. And he's poking back.
Uh-huh.
Um,
Oh, we're in. We're almost done.
I mean, talk about low-hanging fruit.
well, I mean, if he doesn't take the easy shots, he's never going to make the hard ones.
You're right. You're right. You're right.
He knows you're not going to give it to him. He knows that we will.
I tried.
Remember,
to give it
Logan, you asked for this.
I tried to give it to him. He was just like,
What you had to say is none too close to what we've said to him ever before.
Was I taking it easy or?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was
saw
trying
the-
to- I was
He's-
trying
he's
to
already
be
heard
too
it all.
hard on him. Right.
You saw the birthday present I got him, didn't you?
Have you seen how hard they are on
No, I
me?
can't though. I can't wait to hear about that. No.
It was just a Buzz Lightyear pie.
Oh, that. Oh, yeah. I did see that. Yeah. I thought there was more to it.
Nope.
Gotcha.
That was
Nope.
it.
That was it.
I thought you got him a basket or
All
something.
the way through infinity and beyond.
Come on, that was a good one. I thought you got him a basket or something.
Put the lotion in the basket.
No, because apparently the glove wasn't a big enough target, so you needed a basket.
I come in peace.
Yeah, basket.
Put the lotion in the basket.
That's all I could come up with.
Yeah.
What I was gonna say was though, I see a lot of times like speaking of pressure, like you make a bad play and it like compounds the pressure.
Oh, we're still talking about this?
I just wanted to bring.
Yeah,
that
no,
up.
he's right.
Here
No,
you go
no,
with
no.
the peanut gallery.
You know what I mean? Like, and what I tell my kids a lot of times, and it obviously doesn't sink in very well to 9-year-olds, but
They're 9.
don't let one failure affect your next opportunity to succeed.
There's always a next.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and that's what happens. Is like you'll make one mistake, and it starts the snowball effect of now I'm going to make every mistake possible.
Well, and your teammates start feeding off of that.
Yes.
They start making mistakes.
Right. So
And that's the biggest thing. And I want you to hear this, Kellan. That's the biggest thing in my opinion. Is you see a you had this happen in your last pitching outing, where ground ball should be made. Boots it. Okay, play isn't made. That's one error. Next two batters.
Out of 7 in the inning.
Fly ball.
Fly ball isn't caught. Hits right in the pocket and falls out. It happens. No one's upset about that. But when you see the kid out there flailing around like he just got shot in the ankle, that's the problem.
after the fact,
Right. And again, there's the expectation. Absolutely, you expect yourself to catch that ball, but guess what? You didn't.
Right.
How do you handle that?
and like what I've always told them, it's like I'm okay if you give me like a real quick
Yeah. Slap your glove and you move on.
that's normal. That's human.
You don't
That's
throw
being a
your-
human being.
You don't throw your glove down on the
Right. But
Slap.
that's got to be it.
Slap
floor,
your glove
ground.
after you get rid of the freaking baseball.
Yes.
I can't stand
Right.
that.
Right.
Do your job.
Ball's rolling behind you, and you slap your glove.
Right.
I want to slap you.
Yeah.
With your glove.
Do your job.
With my
Show
glove.
your quick little outburst of emotion.
gonna waste
and
my
then
glove
it's
on that.
Done. We're done. We're done with that play. We're moving on.
Yep.
We're on to the next play.
You can't
Already in
change
the
it.
past.
You can't
Yep.
change it. Learn from it.
Right.
Now,
The only
now get ready for the next
one
play.
thing I will say though is do learn from it. Don't completely forget about it. Use that.
Put it in the back of your mind
only
You're gonna
until
make a
after the
mistake,
game.
Get something out of it.
Yeah.
But that's
Embrace
only-
the failure.
Yeah, that's the only thing I wanted to add to that conversation. Was,
You're absolutely right. So that's the question, and that's the whole crux of it is how do you stop the train from coming off the tracks? One error should not lead to 2, 3, 4, or 5, or 7, or however many it is. One error should
Right.
be one error.
Right. Don't let a bump in the road knock you off the tracks.
Right. And if you fall off the wagon, don't let it run you over. That's one I like. If you fall off, don't let it run you over. Right? You let one little small error, don't give them an extra base just because you got that error. If you miss that fly ball, there's no reason that runner should be on second base because it should hit your glove and not get any further. You turn
Pick
around,
up that ball,
you
throw it in,
pick it
and
up,
then
and you hit
show
your cutoff burst.
will
and
emotion.
then you slap your glove once if you're going to be like that, and then you let it go. Glove does not go on your head. Glove does not go over your face. You don't see tears down your eyes. Nothing.
You don't throw your glove.
Nothing.
Yes, yo, boy.
Oh, I could add to that, but I'll stop.
Yeah, I mean, there's no reason for any of it because guess what? No one's going to get upset about the error.
Right, but we will get upset about
Unless you
carrying
let
on
them get
about
an
the
extra
error.
base.
Well,
Or
yes,
be
but
affected by
what
the
I-
error to
What
see
I'm
if
going
we
to say
can-
is we care about the effort.
Right.
Hey, you missed the fly ball. Don't care you missed it. We'll learn from that one. Give me 100% effort, and we're good. And we're good.
Right.
Here's the biggest problem.
And fix your attitude after
The
it.
biggest problem with the specific instances that are informing my thoughts on this because I kind of know who we're talking about. Does that make sense? It goes back to something I wanted to talk about with
You brought it up when we first started talking about pressure. I feel like I know where you're going. Sorry.
it's the coaches. It kind of goes back to what we started talking about today. You know, the coach that would suspend a kid for 2 weeks at 7U is probably the coach that would get on a kid for missing a ball.
Come on, you got to have that.
If you get on a kid at 7 for missing a ball, that's what you're going to create.
Where they are scared to make a
fail.
mistake. Rather than embracing it, they're scared. And then
that
they don't learn how to.
retards growth more than anything else. These kids cannot figure out how to get out of their own way because they're so terrified that someone's going to scream at them. An adult is going to scream at them because they dropped a baseball. Are you effing kidding me? That's what I see.
Beep.
No, effing's not a bad word.
That's what we're creating
Symbols one.
when we're screaming at kids for making errors without
Now,
instructing.
Stupid errors, as in mental errors, as in like throwing the ball around.
Yeah.
That's one thing you're gonna get yelled at for.
That's yeah.
Yelled at as in what the hell
Why
are you doing?
making that throw?
Right.
You know, and that is something at 7, 8, 9, 10, even 11. When that happens, then we can teach. We don't make this throw because of. Okay? You should know by 12 that's a dumbass throw. Okay?
Don't pick the runner off at third base when there's 2 outs.
Or
Don't backpick
don't
a runner. when
don't
there's
throw
two outs.
don't throw the ball to second
And you got
with
to run around
to
third.
run around third.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, easy stuff that you should know. But, you know, it's stuff that there's there's an element of I'm happy that you're trying to make a play. And I don't want to coach the aggressiveness out of you. But I also want you to understand that this is why we don't do that, because it's not smart.
Yeah.
Okay? That's different than a 7-year-old catching a baseball after I just told him not to catch it with his palm facing the sky, to turn a glove the proper way. He catches it, gets super excited that he caught it, and then the fear that comes over his face because he realizes, uh-oh, I just caught it wrong. Even though the only way to catch the baseball that I throw at your feet is to turn your glove over that way. That tells me kids learn from their experiences. And that tells me his experiences have been dog shit.
Negative.
That's where we'll leave it. Coach, get us out of here.
Okay, fine. Wrap it at that. Roll it up. What do you say? Roll it up, Kellan?
Roll it up.
Roll it up. You gonna get it for us? Close us out.
I don't know how to do that.
Why not? You haven't listened to our podcast? Pretty easy. First of all, thank everyone for listening. I'm not talking to the mic. I'm sorry.
Will you tell Kellan how he can find the podcast?
I will.
I'm subscribed to it on YouTube, I think.
Are you good? Thank you.
Yeah.
Perfect. Find us on YouTube. Actually, we'll start with Podbean. It's on coachablecast.podbean.com. Check us out on Facebook. That's where we're going to get all of our posts. Coach Patrick posts some good stuff. Typically, we got some good people replying to things and whatnot. Reply. Check it out. It's good stuff. We'll get back to you, too. He checks it all the time. So
Start conversation.
absolutely. You want to hear something you want to talk about? Ask us. We'll talk about it. We'd love to.
Hell yeah.
Anyway, it's at Uncoachable or Facebook.com/Uncoachable. We're also on YouTube. I'm not going to give you the whole long YouTube address because A, I didn't write it down. B, I don't know it. And C, you're not going to listen to it. So
You're not going to type it in anyway.
check it out. It's Uncoachable Cast. That's all it is.
You can just type in uncoachable.
Is it
Also.
uncoachable now? We getting some likes? We getting some people viewing it? Good. Perfect.
I just typed in uncoachable when I was trying to
And you
sub.
found the dirty plate?
Yep.
Good. Sweet. We're on Apple. On iTunes. Not just Apple. On iTunes.
Leave a review on iTunes.
iTunes.
Check us out on YouTube. That's the way to go. Google Play, we're still not up. Haven't done it yet. Sorry, guys. Anyway, everyone, thanks for listening. We will catch you on the flip side.
We'll do better about getting our episodes out, Coach Lance. So,
Next time you get a computer. Oh, wait, you have one. Thanks for listening, guys. Later.
late.